نحمد ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد بسم الله. Alhamdulillah, we got the opportunity today to offer Friday prayers. Friday is indeed the best day of the week, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned it to be the Eid day for us every week, a day of celebration. So we should really make sure we prepare for this day when we are planning to come to masjid. Take a shower, apply perfume or oil in your hair, put on your best clothing, and then take advantage of this day by offering as many salawat as possible throughout the day. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. So I want to talk about a very important topic today, something that we all experience, something that we're all tested with, and something that we all have to be cautious about. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Fatir, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, يا أيها الناس إن وعد الله حق فلا تغرنكم الحياة الدنيا ولا يغرنكم بالله الغرور. O mankind, indeed the promise of Allah is true. So let not the worldly life deceive you, and let not the deceiver deceive you about Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions two types of deceptions in this verse. One is deception of this worldly life. Another one is deception of Shaytān. So we will focus on the deception of this worldly life, and inshallah another session we'll talk about deception of Shaytān. So how is the life of this world deceiving us? As I mentioned many times, every time you read Qur'an, you have to convert it into a question for yourself. Listen to this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, let not the worldly life deceive you. You should flip into a question. Well, how does the worldly life deceive me? Or how could it deceive me? So we understand this world through our senses, through our intellect. We believe what we see, believe what we touch and experience. And what we have a hard time believing is what is hidden from us, what is concealed, what is not obvious to us, what we cannot perceive. Those are the things that we have a hard time to believe. But one of the biggest deception of this worldly life is our subconscious belief that everything inside us and everything around us is going to remain the same. That seems to be the fundamental belief we have. Whether we vocalize it or not, the way we operate on a daily basis, it seems as if we truly believe our state will remain the same the way it is today. So if you are young and strong today, we act as if we will be young and strong forever. If you are healthy today, you think you will not be touched by a sickness. If you're rich today, you assume that you will continue to be wealthy for the rest of your life. If you have lots of free time today, again, you think this freedom will remain with you. And if you're alive today, it never crosses your mind that at some point you will leave this world. This is our modus operandi. This is how we think about our life on a daily basis. And that is the biggest deception, where we think everything will be status quo. So I want to bring your attention to a profound hadith that highlights this flaw in our behavior and then encourage us to act differently. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentions, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس شبابك قبل هرمك وصحتك قبل سقمك وغناك قبل فقرك وفراغك قبل شغلك وحياتك قبل موتك. Take advantage of 5 things before 5 things. Your youth before your old age. Your health before your illness. Your riches, your wealth before your poverty. Your free time before getting busy. And your life before death. So we will inshallah take a look at them one by one today. First one, your youth before your old age. Shababak qabla harmak. So when you're young, your body has strength. Your memory is sharp. Your movement is swift. But how do we spend this phase of our life when we are young? You're either too busy in your studies, or consumed with growing your career, or hanging around with friends, passing time in your hobbies. That's how we spend this phase of our life. And you don't even imagine how your youth will dwindle into old age. And interestingly, you see people around you. I mean, in your own home, your father or mother is getting older. You see them grow old in front of you. It never crosses your mind that you will be taking the same path in your life at some point. But we should remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about youth and how much He appreciates what we do in our youth. A person who is young and involves himself in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be among the 7 people under the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment. That is how much honor Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives someone who is trying to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his or her young age. So we should really spend the time when we are young in path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Learn Qur'an, learn your religion. Go for Hajj. There is a norm in our society to go to Hajj after you have fulfilled all your other obligations. It's very hard actually to perform Hajj at an old age. And for those of you who have been there, they understand exactly what I mean. It is very hard. Even a young person would find it difficult to go through the crowds and do all the steps that are required in Hajj. So again, make an effort to go there in your young age. Keep yourself busy in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second one, which is about health before illness. So we know the common saying, health is wealth, and that is indeed true. And just recall, when you have even a minor sickness, a flu or fever, what is your energy level? You just want to remain in bed. You don't want to move. You want to take rest. And take it one step further. God forbid, if someone gets diagnosed by a serious illness like cancer or something else, which happens all of a sudden, no one knows what's happening inside your body, and all of a sudden you get a report saying you have this terminal illness. What would be your next step? Of course, you're shocked. And do you think from there on your life will remain the same? Not really. You will be going to hospital, you'll be spending a lot of time in chemotherapy, whatever the case might be. Your life changed all of a sudden. So if you do not respect, do not utilize your health today and assume you will remain healthy, that's the deception. And subhanAllah, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned amazing ways to encourage us to behave differently. إِذَا مَرِضَ الْعَبْدُ أَوْ سَافَرَ كُتِبَ لَهُ مِثْلُ مَا كَانَ يَعْمَلُ مُقِيمًا صَحِيحًا. When a person falls ill or travels, he will get the rewards similar to what he used to do good deeds when he was practicing them at home, when he was in good health. What does that mean? You have to be doing good deeds today to even get the reward when you get sick. This reward is only for someone who has been involved in good deeds. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes care of you when you get sick. So call to action is get involved today in pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third one, your wealth before poverty hits you. So wealth is another big deception of this world. You look at your business and you feel like, it's cruising, it's going well. I have a well-paid job, a permanent job in a very secure company. I have lots of savings in my bank. I have my RRSP and my pension plans, all built up. So what happens? You get comfortable with your finances. And what do you start doing? Start traveling the world, spend on luxury cars, buy lavish dresses, go to exotic cruises, find means of entertainment that please you. That's, again, when you're comfortable with finances, that's how we behave. But we forget one thing. It doesn't take much to lose your wealth. It doesn't take much. As much as, again, we have this fallacy of assuming things will remain status quo, it doesn't take much to lose your wealth. And we see examples in front of our own eyes. I mean, currently, you have this tariff war going on around the world. What's happening to businesses? They're struggling. Look at the stock market, can crash without any notice. You thought you had savings invested in some stocks. well, now you're in trouble with your finances. And there are many examples, So again, there are events that happen outside of your control that can impact your wealth. You should appreciate what you have today. Again, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has been telling us what's our mentality as human beings. يقول ابن آدم مالي مالي قال وهل لك يا ابن آدم من مالك إلا ما أكلت فأفنيت أو لبست فأبليت أو تصدقت فأمضيت. The son of Adam, all of you, me included, every one of us, says, my wealth, my wealth. But your wealth is what you eat and consume, or what you wear and it wears out, or what you give in charity and send it forward for the hereafter. That's the reality of wealth. Allahu Akbar. When you have some wealth in saving, then it's okay to spend on yourself. But make sure you're also investing in your akhirah. Give sadaqat. If you do not have that wealth tomorrow, you have nothing to give. Utilize it now. So we talked about 3 things so far: youth before old age, health before illness, and wealth before poverty. The 4th one, free time before getting busy. That's another deception. Time is a precious asset. And it's something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only swears by things that are important. As we know in Surah Asr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes an oath on time. Mankind is in a loss, except for those who have believed, done righteous deed, advised each other of truth, and advised each other of patience. So if you have time today, spend it wisely. Don't waste it in entertainment, in just watching sports. And that's unfortunately our reality today. That's not the best use of your time. And the last one, life before death. حَيَاتِكَ قَبْلَ مَوْتِكَ. We will not live forever in this world. But that's not what we think about every day. When we're going about our business, that's not something that comes to mind. So we're planning to live, yet we're not planning to die. And we know that's the ultimate truth. Who is a wise person? And this is what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam reminds us. Al-kayyisu man dana nafsahu wa amila lima ba'da al-mawti. The wise person is the one who holds himself accountable and works for what comes after death. That is the wise person. So I close today's reminder with the verse that we started with from Surah Fatir. فَلَا تَغُرَّنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. Let not the worldly life deceive you. Your youth, health, wealth, time, and the life itself is a blessing. And we know what's the best way to give shukr to all our blessing is to use them wisely, is to use them in the correct way. So if we have to think about all of these and many other blessings, they have to be used in seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the true understanding of the reality of this world. So we are focusing our efforts on the hereafter, which is permanent and eternal. Ameen. Allahumma la tajal dunya akbar hammina wa la mablagha ilmina. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. Subhanaka wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.